Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
This is take 3. We've been having a little bit of problems with everything freezing, so hopefully it doesn't do it this time. Mr. Magazine, for the third time in a row, I'm going to throw out 2 words, and I want your opinion on it. Ready?
Yes.
You're never going to guess what I'm going to say.
You're never going to guess what I'm going to answer.
eBay algorithm.
Late to the caca.
And it's funny every time.
It is. It really is.
So what do you feel about the eBay algorithm? And the reason I ask this is because a lot of people out there will tell you how to beat it. They'll say, this is the hack, this is the way to beat it, do this, do that. And of course, there's no real way to prove or disprove anything that they're saying.
Right.
Every once in a while, eBay will release something that says, hey, in order to do this, this will boost you up in search. We have to take them at their word that they didn't glitch that like they do everything else. So it makes you kind of wonder. So what are your thoughts? And we have talked previously about listing on eBay, feeding the beast, as they call it, being one of the most important things that you need to do.
Well, first I got to find these sellers with these hacks and start using what they're doing because my sales are atrocious. And I think it's partly because I've been kind of weaning off eBay over the last 3, 4, 5 years. Once they got rid of the adult section, I took all that off. I was forced to do that, but put a lot of stuff on other platforms, which I'm having more success or selling for more money. And I truly believe that, I don't know if it's an algorithm, but definitely if I'm not listing a lot on eBay every day, my sales are going to go down. I may get less exposure. I don't know, but definitely it's not helping me be successful on eBay by taking things off and going elsewhere. It's helping my business because I feel like I can make more money elsewhere.
Right.
But as far as being a successful at eBay, I'm definitely not what I used to be, sadly.
Neither is the old gray mare.
Exactly. But I'm forced to put my things on high percentage off. And even then, or if the sale, like today, the sales dropped off, I have no items on sale.
Oh, you don't have the 50% off currently.
Yeah, well, I went down to 40. So
right.
Each month I went down a little bit, but I had most of them at 40 and then the high-end stuff at like 20. And now it's completely off. We've been trying to restructure it, but we've been having eBay glitches for some reason. So we tried to do it in advance with no luck. So now we had to wait for them to end. And now today's the day they ended, and our sales are horrible. So we're forced to put things on a high sale and take less for what we feel the stuff is worth, or at least what it was worth in the past. But as far as algorithms grow, I don't think you can. It's hard to prove them.
It's hard to game it, right?
Just like eBay promoted. Does that really help? We'd never know.
Right, and that's what my point kind of was. eBay will say sales will help. eBay will say coupons will help. eBay will say promoted helps. eBay used to say at one point, it said free shipping helps. It'll boost you up in the algorithm. Make offers. All these things will help. But then you never get the memo when the algorithm changes. So they tell you free shipping will boost you up. Maybe it doesn't anymore. Okay. Maybe when they rolled that out and that was way that the entire industry was moving back in 2017, maybe then it did help you. Mm-hmm. Then maybe they tweaked everything in 2022, just using that as a date, and didn't bother to tell everybody that, remember how we told you before that if you did this and you did that and you did that, it would help you? Yeah, those don't help you anymore. But we don't know.
Right.
You don't know. You can just trial or error, and maybe sometime you can get really lucky and jump into what the algorithm is pushing at this point. I've seen, remember throughout the years, they were going to try to push up the better sellers. They would get more exposure. Right. What is a better seller? Is it somebody, remember how they have the up to 5-point scale for price or for shipping time, up to 5 for this and for that? Is it somebody there? Is it the number of feedbacks? Is it the
negatives? Does negatives boost you down?
Right, percentage feedback. Is it is it the number of feedbacks you get in a month? Is it? Nobody knows. Yeah. And they might say that, this will help you, and here you go, and you structure your entire business around what they tell you. If today they said, we're going to give you a little bit of a hint into the algorithm, the following 6 things will really factor in, and you structure your entire business around it. Mm-hmm. And then in the fall update, they change things.
Yeah.
But they forget to tell you that they've gone and they changed and tweaked the algorithm some. And then they tweak it again in the April 2025 update.
Yeah.
Well, by the time 2027 comes around, the algorithm is completely different.
Right.
And here you are working off the last algorithm that they told you, here are the ways to boost your sales.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a fool's errand to try to beat it. I know that at one point, a lot of people swore by end and sell similar. And then it seemed
that for me was a nightmare. It wasn't for us, at least.
Well, and then it seems that now last I had heard, it's end and sell similar, but it's end and sell similar once a month. That if you do it more often than that, it doesn't really boost your listings.
Okay.
But again, who even knows if that's true or not? Maybe the end and sell similar worked. Enough people came out and said, hey, this is what to do, that eBay said, no, that's kind of cheating, and changed the algorithm, so it wasn't working as well anymore. Who knows? Right. And that's what it really comes down to. I guess I can't tell you this will beat the algorithm, but obviously the best thing to do, I think, is to list quality products at a decent price and give good customer service. I think that's good no matter what.
Communicate.
Yep.
Definitely.
Well, do you remember, and you might remember if you paid attention because you're an old timer like me, at one point, eBay, when they were really pushing the messages, said that they were basically scanning all of the messages, and they didn't say exactly what for, but the way it came about was if they saw things in the messages that said things like rip off, fraud, things like that, that would lower you in the algorithm because it was a negative customer experience in the eBay messaging. I haven't heard anything about that. I don't know if they still bother doing that or not. We're going back probably 10, 12 years ago. That's what they were saying was going to be an important thing, that they'd be monitoring the messages with the bots or the computer. And if it was a negative tone type things, then that would hurt you. And again, they've never come out and said, we don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But I've never heard them again say that they do that. So it makes you wonder here. And I think that anybody that says, hey, this is the way to beat the algorithm, it almost reminds me of these people that are out there that'll sit there and tell you, hey, I can help you beat the market. You can get 400% back on your money. And I'm thinking to myself, if I really could get 400% back on your money, wouldn't I just keep my mouth shut, borrow as much money as I possibly could, get 400% back, pay off the loan, and then reinvest the money?
Yeah.
Why
do it again all over again?
Yeah, keep doing that and make 400% of my money month after month, or for $59.99, I will tell you how to make all this money.
Exactly.
Makes you kind of wonder sometimes in there. So I guess the final thoughts are, we don't know what's in the algorithm. Do what works for you. You can sit there and listen to what everybody says, but remember, eBay does change it. Again, I was a sucker. I fell into the free shipping pushes you up, and I do believe that if eBay said it, I do believe it was true.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's necessarily true anymore. I don't believe they ever sent out a memo, or if they did, I never got it, that said, hey, remember all that stuff we told you where you changed your entire business plan to do free shipping? Ignore that. We don't do that anymore. Free returns was another thing was going to help you out. Easy returns and all that kind of stuff. And you had to have this, and you had to do this, and you had to do that. And again, it very well may be true that and I'm making this all up because I don't remember dates, but January 1st, 2022, when eBay says free returns will help you. Yeah. It will help you on January 1st, 2022. It's not necessarily going to help you January 1st, 2024, because they've tweaked the algorithm, and maybe at that point it was 5%. Now it's 0.5%.
Right. Yeah.
Who even knows? So I guess the ultimate lesson to be learned is we're all confused. None of us know. Anybody that claims to know doesn't know, is what it gets down to. Do what works for you. Listen to what people say, and if what they say makes sense within your business plan, do it. But I wouldn't necessarily, especially now after the whole free shipping thing, I wouldn't necessarily change your entire business plan based off of what eBay says if it's a major change.
Right.
Because you might be left holding the bag 2 or 3 years later, and then you got to change things back.
Certainly.
So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Do hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.